Welcome along to Pedaling the Long Way for a ride that feels like a bookend. Not because it's the end of anything, rather, at year's end it's a good place to pause and notice how far things have moved. You see, this time last year, I wasn't riding at all. The bike, it was in storage, buried from sight, out of mind, and completely unused, while I was dealing with a dislocated shoulder and the particular frustration of knowing exactly what I wanted to do and not being able to do it. Recovery. It leaves a lot of empty space to fill. Time to watch weather change, time to replay old rides, time to think, sometimes too much, about what riding would look like once I could do it again. I couldn't ride until March, which meant at the time winter stretched out in front of me without the opportunity to pedal through all the season has to offer. During this too long pause, I thought a bit about goals, but more about intention. What kind of rides did I miss? What felt worth returning to? What could wait? When early spring had finally arrived, the first rides back were careful, short, awkward a little bit, and that getting familiar again, where your body remembers, but you still got a bit of confidence to build up. Mud was on the trails, cold air filling the lungs, a shoulder still that reminded me of the perils of overconfidence. Those rides, they weren't about momentum, rather more about reassurance and about finding my legs again. By late spring, the ride stretched out naturally, an extra loop here, a longer afternoon there, enough comfort to stop thinking about recovery and start thinking about direction and intention. Summer did what summer typically does, with long days, loose plans, room to wander. Overnights, they became invitations rather than ambitions and plans. As you can see in my earlier videos, I camped at mountaintops. I had the opportunity to pedal alongside rivers and down into valleys. Sometimes the experiences felt earned. Sometimes there was the unexpected. But always, throughout it, there was somewhere to appreciate. Those rides didn't reveal anything dramatic. In fact, to be honest, they just made things clearer. What I could carry, what I could leave behind, how much effort was sustainable, how much rest was necessary. Confidence that I mentioned, it didn't arrive all at once. It accumulated over time, ride by ride, climb by climb. By autumn, the rhythm was established. Daylight, it shortened, so the ride shortened. The same routes that carried a whole lot more color and a little more weight. Not heavier, just more familiar. And now, here I am again, deep into the middle of winter, cold air, dark streets. But this time around, I'm out on my bike. Christmas lights passing by at bike speed, to my mind, the perfect speed. They don't feel like a contrast to the rest of the year. They feel just like a part of it, part of that big arc. Winter riding now, it isn't a restart, it's just another part of the story. another way of moving forward. I thought somewhere along the way I'd figure something out, that the year it'd leave me with a sentence worth underlining. But in fact, to be honest, that never really happened. What did happen is that I got comfortable with that. Comfortable writing without a conclusion. Comfortable making a video without explaining. Comfortable letting the experience stand on its own. This year, ultimately, it didn't give me answers. Rather, it gave me continuity to continue moving throughout. Pedal, breathe, look up, repeat. And so if you've been here this year, throughout it, watching, riding along, pedaling the long way with me, a sincere thank you. Truly, it really does mean a lot. And if these rides have meant something to you or resonated with you in some way, feel free to like the video, buy me a coffee, or subscribe so that you can join me again along for my future rides. I'll be out here next year, still moving, still curious, still taking the long way. So see you then. Thanks for watching.